I did that with my friend, and it was the worst night of my entire life. It was so horrible.
No,
Has
you
anyone
did
here
not,
actually
dude.
been to
Oh.
Australia?
What was it like?
I did. So,
My dice.
like, I don't do drugs much at all. Like, I mean, I did a little bit when I was a teenager, because I was trying things, right? Tried some weed, tried some, nitrous, tried, shrooms, and also ketamine. But ketamine was only once. And so, it's because I have a friend who's like, at the time, he was extremely into drugs, and he was my friend from high school. So whenever I wanted to try something, I would go to him and say, well, hey David, like, I know you're experienced in this, so if I want to try something, and then he's like, oh yeah, just come along and we'll do it. So I trust him to like keep me safe, right? So we go to this club, and he takes me to like the bathroom with him, and he's like, he has this little bag of fucking white powder. And he's like, here, just roll up. He's like, roll up this dollar bill, and just like shovel like a big lump into the bill and just snort it. And I was like, shouldn't I measure it? Like, do you know how much you should be taking? And he's like,
did you know what you were taking at the
and
time?
he's like, it was ketamine. I knew it was ketamine, but like, and I was like, okay. And so I just shoveled it and snorted like this fucking big pile of it in this fucking rolled up $5 bill.
No.
And then, and I should say that me and him were drunk already.
Oh,
So-
no, dude. Holy
Yeah, dude. And then
shit.
the following moments were like a nightmare. So we both just finished snorting it, right? And then immediately, security guard pops his head over the cubicle wall, and he's like, "Get the fuck out right now!" And we were chill. We're like, okay, no problem. We like, he just escorted us outside the club. There was no violence or anything, because we were like, we listened to him. We didn't do anything shitty.
Great.
And so we walked out, and we're on the street. And then suddenly, it all hit me at once, and I was like, "Oh, holy fuck!" I like, on the street, on the sidewalk, there was like a tree, there was like a tree in the street, like every quarter of a block, and seriously, I couldn't fucking see a thing. I had like crazy tunnel vision. And I was just like stumbling and grabbing onto the trees for dear life, walking up the street.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And then it was me and my friend, and like somehow I had to call the Uber home. I had to organize it on my phone, and somehow I ordered the Uber. And then when we were waiting for the Uber, these police came by in a cruiser, and I was like hanging onto this tree, and they were like, "Are you boys all right?" And I was so like absolutely blasted.
God,
And
dude.
I remember hanging onto this tree, and I looked at the cops. I was like, "Oh, we're fine. We're going home as soon as we can."
Holy fuck, dude.
And they were like, "Okay, we're gonna go around the block, and if you're still here when we come back, you have to come with us."
Where is it?
And I was like, "Okay."
Where did
Where is it?
And then,
he go?
and so we got in the Uber, and the guy had to pull over like every block so I could throw up out the door. It was fucking horrible.
Oh, I think he crashed.
Oh, God, dude. That's... Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, ketamine generally just feels like
What was his name?
being drunk. It's like being drunk in powder form, and like very intense.
Ew, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I tried it, and yeah, it was a living hell. And so I have that story, and then I never did it again.
See, that's different from
And-
what I've heard. I heard it's supposed to, like, shut off all your senses or something like
I don't
that.
think he crashed.
Well, yeah, I'd say a lot of my senses were shut off. I was pretty numb, and my vision was like constantly swimming. Like everything was blurred and just moving around, so I just felt sick. And I had like crazy vertigo, like I had no balance. And yeah, it was horrible.
Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I would never fuck with... I mean, I don't fuck with anything, so... Oh god,
Yeah, well-
that actually sounds like a terrible time. Fuck me, Jesus.
Yeah, in my city, like, you'd be hard pressed to find a person who like doesn't smoke weed. I'd say like every second person smokes weed, and then every other person sells weed.
Wow.
So-
Wow.
Everybody's a stoner, and like everything else is really easy to get your hands on. Like
Wow.
No, he's
you
not
can
gonna
get
work
ecstasy and heroin and fucking cocaine, and
That's
ecstasy is the
stupid.
most common, I think.
Australia's
And,
crazy.
like-
What the fuck?
Yeah, I live in Melbourne, so that's like the
Discord,
like one of the party capitals.
Yeah, the one of the messed up ones.
Yeah, but
I'm one of
yeah.
them.
So I tried a couple things when I was like young, only like once or twice, and like yeah, I don't deal with that shit.
Finally got in.
Jesus. All I do is drink.
Yeah.
I don't even. I would like rarely smoke. The most I ever smoked was like back when I lived with my roommates, because they would do it like every single day. So I'd be like, "Yo,
Can,
Oh, yeah.
let me hit that shit." But what was it? Since December, I haven't smoked at all because I was trying to get like better jobs, which I finally got a
Give me
good
a moment.
job.
Yeah,
so,
good.
It was
But
fun
you
while it
want to be
lasted.
recorded, that's
But
the
at least I
thing.
can drink, so that's nice.
Yeah, I have like a casual
I don't
drink,
think
like
it
when
would
I'm
be
out with
funny to,
friends,
like,
because that
have a
makes things
recording
fun
of it.
and like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Nothing
that-
wrong with drinking,
I
but,
like
like-
I like casual drinking. It's really nice.
Okay, I have to find the spot. There we go.
I rarely
Yeah, for
get
sure.
I
It's
rarely
like-
get
there.
shit faced. I say that
Try
for like
recording this.
parties. Like that's fun, but I save it for parties. I like casual drinking more.
Yeah, it's all about like the company you keep, basically. Like if you're going out a lot, but you can't have fun unless you're drunk, it's like you're just with the wrong people, or
Yeah.
you're going to the wrong places.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it just enhances a
Only-
good time. Like
only
it just
like
makes
one
the,
bottle.
the experience like really
It's
cozy.
It's
I
about
guess you
that
could say.
big.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, big.
I think it's okay.